Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green. You are watching Greenwave TV, alternative media television. It is, of course, Friday, April 12th, 2013. From the Christian Science Monitor, major headline today, lawmaker drops bombshell, North Korea may have nukes, may have nuclear missiles. Now this is significant in that Washington is now admitting publicly, declassifying the information, supposedly, that North Korea has nukes. What I find to be significant about this isn't the fact that North Korea has nukes. In fact, I would suggest that that's been pretty widely known for some time now. Of course, this is the day and age of the iPhone and nanotechnology. So to think that little bitch boy Kim Jong-un possesses nukes at this point isn't something new. But what is new about it is how the American people are being propagandized and fear-mongered into the belief that at any moment North Korea is going to drop a bomb. Now, whether or not this is going to be on Japan, which they've cited as their #1 target, or if this is a missile launch geared towards the United States, nobody knows. But what we know, by what the mainstream media is pitching us, and specifically by what Washington is now pitching us, is that they want the American people and they want us to fear North Korea. Hence, the rhetoric is ramping up, and it has been over the past few weeks. They've been portraying and pitching Kim Jong-un like he's this loose cannon, that he doesn't have the same resolve that his father did, where he would say really bad things, say he was going to attack or drop a bomb, and then back off. They're pitching him as the loose cannon that could destroy the world at any moment. It's kind of like the movie Team America F Yeah. The results of a classified Defense Intelligence Agency report indicate that North Korea now has nuclear weapons capable of delivery by ballistic missiles. This was the bombshell out of a House Armed Services Committee hearing yesterday on Thursday. It came when Representative Doug Lamborn, Republican of Colorado, began quoting from what he said was an unclassified version of the DIA report, which has not yet been made public. So this is significant. Now, John Kerry, who is in the region as we speak, didn't really go along with this story, which is kind of interesting. This is from South Korea. It says U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry delivered a stark warning to North Korea on Friday not to test fire a mid-range missile, while rejecting a new U.S. intelligence report suggesting significant progress in the communist regime's nuclear weapons program. So we're getting two different vantage points here. One from what has been dropped as a bombshell and called a bombshell, a lawmaker admitting that they have nukes and nuclear technology, and then a counterpoint coming from Kerry, who is now overseas trying to massage what's happening at this very given moment. There was also a video here. I'm not sure if any of you saw this. Inside North Korea, it says shock video and photos show true horror of Kim Jong-un's evil regime. This is really kind of ridiculous. Let's take a look here. I want you to watch this. They show this guy with a gun. He's pointing it at us. Oh my God, we're so scared. North Korea, journey into hell. Now they're near the Chinese border. They show an image of a child, but that we can't see his face. It's probably just an American that they put there and then caught the footage. But here we have some kind of kid that they say is dying on the street, who needs to be fed while military personnel is loading rice on trucks, right next to him. Just weird, strange propaganda. This is from the Mirror. Again, they want you to hate North Korea. How dare North Korea do this? Of course, they're not going to show you images of Gitmo. Here's a prison camp in North Korea. They show people gardening. I don't know why that's supposed to scare the crap out of us. And in a moment here, they'll be carrying rocks on their head. And the reason why I'm showing this is just a part of the propaganda campaign that the United States is launching to the American people to garner fear and to show how Kim Jong-un is torturing his people. I mean, you notice how they never show the images of Gitmo, the fact that many of the Gitmo prisoners that are there wrongfully, that should be released, are now in participating in a hunger strike. Many of these people are choosing to kill themselves because the United States won't let them go. Remember how President Barack Obama said that he would let the prisoners go, he would close Gitmo? Well, is it closed? No, of course not. So, I could show you so many terror images, so many dead bodies, so many children starving, so many people's lives ruined by this administration. And we're supposed to fear, Kim Jong-un in North Korea and the loose cannon. He might nuke an American city at any moment. Here's another article. It's from the Atlantic Wire. It says, what matters now? North Korea says Tokyo is its #1 target. So the big picture here is that the United States is really very much creating this Cold War scenario again, to create fear and to get a rise out of the American public. And what's significant about it, and what we need to better understand, is why are they doing this? Because they're doing this for a reason. Now, as I've suggested, this could be a part of a much larger smokescreen to cover up the economic collapse here in the United States, to cover up the crisis currently taking place in Europe and Cyprus, the collapse of the euro, these currency wars, etc. It could be being used to take our eyes off the ball of what's happening in the Middle East and Iran, Obama's war in Syria. He just moves from country to country. First it was Libya, now it's Syria. He was in Iraq. He continued the wars in Afghanistan, etc., etc. So it's either a smokescreen, or they're somehow garnering up fear and planning some kind of false flag terror, some kind of event, and want to make it appear and look like it was Kim Jong-un that started the war. Because they're going to pull us into the war. That's how we get pulled into what, I believe we're already engaged in, but will be officially known as World War III. They've got to pull us into it somehow. Make it look like, we got there because we didn't really want to be there. We don't really want to fight, but we had to do something because that butt boy Kim Jong-un just has his panties in a bunch. And he's going to launch these nukes at any moment and destroy humanity. So what we'll do in turn is drop a nuke on North Korea, or we'll drop a nuke on Iran, destroy that part of the world, and wipe it off the map. Isn't it funny how that works? So very important that we look closely at this propaganda. I would also like to hear your thoughts. What do you think is really going on behind the scenes? Of course, this is in the midst of just total tyranny here in the United States, a rapidly intensifying gun control, gun confiscation program led by the Obama administration. You probably saw our AMTV news report this morning. What came out yesterday, Joe Biden on Morning Joe on a television show said that for many Americans, owning guns is like owning a Ferrari. What a joke. He's trying to make it look like if you own a gun, you're a psycho. Or if you own a gun, it's like you own a Ferrari or a fancy car. You don't need it for any kind of self-defense. And that's another reason why this should be taken out of the hands, according to these people in the Second Amendment. They should just rape it and destroy our liberty here in the United States and ultimately all over the world as they institutionalize all of us, usher in the NWO, as Joe Biden said in a recent speech, give us and blanket us with this domineering global one world order currency that will put us in debt for the rest of our lives and our children's lives and just really destroy humanity from the inside out. Because again, as I mentioned yesterday, this is a spiritual war. This is a spiritual battle between the forces of good and evil. And we need to understand the nature of that evil. We need to understand the nature of that beast. That beast is bloodthirsty. That beast wants power. That beast wants money. And they will achieve their goals at all costs. They will kill, rape, murder women and children. These people do not care. They will drop bombs on schools like Obama has done, like George W. Bush has done overseas in the Middle East on a regular basis. They will drone strike and begin drone striking American citizens here on our own soil, just like Rand Paul has spoken very adamantly and openly about in Washington, D.C. There is nothing that these people won't do to achieve their goal of total world in total power and total domination over the American people and the people of the world. Also that they can pad their own pockets. Also that they can become gods here on earth. That's what it's about. Become your own God for the little time you have here on this planet before all these people are sent to a fiery, burning pit that they created for themselves. Whether or not you want to believe that to be hell or not, they will and are on that path of self-destruction. The good people of America, the good God-fearing, and some of you that don't believe in God, non-God-fearing people of America, don't have to take that road. You do not have to be a part of that evil. You do not have to participate and be a part of the beast. You have an option. You have a choice. You have a choice to follow the path of righteousness, of goodness, and to bring hope to other people, and to do what is right and stand up for what you believe in, and to protect our nation's liberty or your country's liberty and your individual freedom. That's what being a human being is all about. That's what being a libertarian is all about. So pretty amazing breaking stories. Again, I would encourage you to really dig in and look at this propaganda closely. I'm Christopher Green. Please share this video everywhere. Hard-hitting and in your face. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, support our sponsor below, and get it out to the viewing public. Peace.